There's a lot of different projects being made by the fourth graders here at Washington Elementary, but notably these shells, which with a combination of stuffing and stitching are able to make these dolls that will help children in need. Now, the North Dakota State men's and women's golf teams have played one tournament each so far, and they feel that the indoor facility has helped them achieve great success on the greens. Secretary Perdue listened to several issues faced by farmers, ranging from crop insurance to free trade. Just around the corner from Blackbird Wood Fire, Nicole's Fine Pastry on 8th Street has decided to stop using plastic bags in favor of paper bags for all carryout orders. Representatives from the YMCA say the event is intended to help kids stay active during the winter, but it also gets the kids in the Easter spirit.
Good evening. The three semifinalists for the Moorhead Public Schools superintendent position face the community and school board. Talk about the future of the district.
KVRR's Tim Scott is live from the Probstfield Center for Education with the latest. Tim?
Well, thank you, TJ and Allison. Here at the Probstfield Center for Education, community members and school board members asked the three semifinalists important questions about the direction the school district is heading. The three candidates were asked about technology, diversity, community education, and how world languages would be incorporated into the curriculum. Each candidate was split into a three-station rotation. One would talk with the Moorhead School Board, another would speak to members of the community, and the third would take a break. The first candidate to face the community was John Landgard, the superintendent of the Worthington School District. He feels that his connection to the Moorhead area, as well as his ability to advance professionally, were essential to him going for the position.
Moorhead has a great educational system and a great tradition in educating and offering opportunities for kids. I grew up 50 miles north of here in a small town, and I still have lots of family in the area, and my mother still lives in Crookston.
While Landgard spoke with the community, Pelican Rapids Superintendent Randy Anderson fielded questions from the school board concerning technology.
Technology is a vehicle to enhance the learning, but it's not the end-all be-all. It's like the scissors, the crayons, the paper, the glue, the textbooks that we have. And so when we think about what this looks like, is technology enhances the ability for students to be able to create.
Brandon Lunak, the interim superintendent of the Moorhead School District, began his round of interviews at 5:30. After all three candidates complete their rotations, the school board will deliberate the results of each interview, and perhaps a decision will be announced tonight at 7:45. Reporting live from the Probstfield Center for Education in Moorhead, Tim Scott, KVRR Local News. The Chakra Run is an opportunity for runners to endure the elements and run a 5K. But for Mariah Prussia, it is more than just a race.
I've survived basically an abusive relationship. So for me, my goal is to help empower individuals, so women, men, children, to show them that you can survive a lot of different things and it takes time.
Prussia named the event the Chakra Run to symbolize a certain type of bodily energy to help people overcome domestic violence.
The symbol that we have for the Chakra Run is actually the throat chakra. So again, finding your voice. So I thought it was a great way to help promote the energy of our bodies.
Many runners bundled up for the cold weather at the starting line, but some find benefits of running in the breeze.
It's really cold, but at least you can put on a lot of layers, so that helps a lot.
Over 75 runners ran in the event, but there is one couple from Chicago that plans to run a 5K in all 50 states.
I retired this year, and we thought it would be a good transition into retirement and something that would be unique. We like to travel. So we had the opportunity to travel, see the U.S. I enjoy running. Robin, not so much, but she's doing it with me.
The Grigsbys have already finished 5Ks in 24 states to support breast cancer research. So what's the next stop?
Casper, Wyoming, and then after that, Omaha, Nebraska.
Although this run was for a different cause, the Chicago couple was proud to be a part of the impact. As for all the others in the race, they feel being a part of this movement to combat domestic violence will make a difference in the long run. Tim Scott, KVRR Local News. What started as an investigation over a fentanyl overdose in Grand Forks in 2015 snowballed into an international opioid ring with the source of the fentanyl traced back to China.
They and their co-conspirators allegedly shipped fentanyl and fentanyl analogs from China through the mail, and it killed people in North Carolina, New Jersey, Oregon, and Grand Forks.
Sessions announced that 10 additional defendants, including 5 Chinese nationals, are federally indicted for bringing fentanyl into the United States and Canada, as well as for money laundering.
They used the internet, about 30 different aliases, cryptocurrencies, offshore accounts.
In addition to the federal indictments, Sessions came to Fargo to praise state and local law enforcement officials for their handling of opioid cases.
Each one of you played critical roles in the formation from virtually the beginning of this investigation that's led to be an international success story.
Attorney General Sessions complimented North Dakota in his speech, saying that the state's take-back program has made strides against the opioid crisis.
You are taking aggressive action here to not let fentanyl get a foothold. And that's exactly the kind of approach I'd like to see around the country.
North Dakota's take-back program is the first year-round statewide prescription disposal program in the country.
Since we started that program in 2009, we've collected over 11 tons of unused medications that are probably saving lives that might have been diverted and misused.
Cass County Sheriff Paul Laney says having the support of the federal government is a breath of fresh air.
We all work for the same thing, the American people. And it doesn't matter whether we're from North Dakota or around this country, to see the head prosecutor in the country come in and say, we got your back, is a very refreshing and very exciting thing.
Tim Scott, KVRR Local News. In wake of the recent tragedy in Parkland, Florida, school resource officers have been tasked to protect their schools.
The number one thing that is our safety asset in our schools anywhere is eliminating denial. Making sure that we never take the attitude that something cannot happen here because we live in safe North Dakota.
Even though Potter says the chances of a school shooting occurring is extremely small, it's better to be prepared with the latest technology and a vast network of fellow school resource officers across Cass County. There are 4 school resource officers that work directly for the Cass County Sheriff's Office, but including the Fargo Police Department and the West Fargo Police Department, there are 18 school resource officers across the county.
They go through the same training that all of our other officers go through as far as active shooter training is concerned. Of course, the difference is they're already on scene, and they're going to be that first response towards that active shooter.
At Maple Valley High School in Tower City, Potter can look at his computer to see all of the angles of the school and use a Raptor scanner to ensure that no predators or security threats make their way inside the building. Administrators believe Potter and other school resource officers are essential towards the well-being of schools due to their role as mentors and educators.
There's someone in the building to help keep the building secure, but much more than that, he is helping our teaching staff and our students.
Tim Scott, KVRR Local News.
Fear has no place in schools.
That was one of many messages echoed to support changes in school safety by students at West Fargo High School. At exactly 10 a.m., hundreds of students marched out the south entrance of West Fargo High School to speak out for change in school safety.
If you don't take the measures to make sure that you are safe, if you don't take the measures to make sure that you care about your safety here, the worst thing that can happen is probably end up right here.
Hamza and other West Fargo seniors made signs and released balloons into the sky to commemorate the 17 lives lost in last month's Parkland shooting.
We saw this as the perfect opportunity to get that message across, and what better way than to participate in it.
The administration at West Fargo High School neither encouraged or discouraged the walkout, but designated 17 minutes of the day for students to make their voices heard.
When we all got together and we shared these ideas, the first person we went up to was the school administration. It was someone who works for this school, and when we told them about it, they were willing to work with us.
Senior members of the West Fargo High School National Honor Society led the charge of students during the walkout. The seniors were satisfied that the other students went along with their cause.
And the biggest thing that we wanted to do was give a voice for the students who didn't have a voice. And today we were able to do that.
Tim Scott, KVRR Local News.